Welcome to the Flute 360 podcast, where we incorporate a panoramic view of flute-related topics. I am your host, Heidi K. Begay, and this is episode 66, highlights from series 4 through 6. Today's sponsor is brought to you by J&K Productions. Did you know that not only are they a production company for podcasts, but they are a recording company for musicians? Any musical recording needs that you may have, J&K Productions can fulfill that need. They have all the necessary equipment and expertise to record your next flute recording for college or graduate auditions, competitions, summer festivals, or a flute album. J&K Productions can record any setup imaginable, from solo flute, small chamber, flute and piano, and much more. Consider J&K Productions for your next recording project. Contact them at jkproductions.media. Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day so far. I know I've been having a great Saturday, and it's because my husband and I went for a hike at Saginaw Park from 8 to 10 this morning. And we normally don't carve out time for that, but I kind of put my foot down very gently and said, we need to be out in nature. I am tired of looking at computer screens and smartphones and music. I need to see and be outside. So we did just that, and it was a perfect dose of nature and some breathing time. So that's my pick. I encourage you to go out and get some nice fresh air and get some vitamin D from the sun rays. It's going to make you feel so alive and just extremely well balanced. Moving on, looking at today's episode 66, I am taking my favorite highlights from series 4 through 6. That basically means that series 4, we talked about the job process. So cover letter, CV, resume, the interview, recommendation letters, all that jazz. Series 5 entails journal entries. And series 6, I had the opportunity to talk with composers. And so I am going to highlight today my favorites from those 3 series. So series 4, the job process, my favorite has to be episode 16, where I talk to you all about my lessons that I obtained from Greece. Whether it was lessons about music making, about being a traveler, life lessons, I spill it all in episode 16. And that was a very special time for me in my life because I just finished my terminal degree. I had a 3-week break in Greece, and this was all before I had to go back to work for the academic year starting August 2018. So I have to highlight that moment in my life because it was, well, there's no such thing as perfection, but for me at that time in my life, it was perfect. Moving on to series 5, I would like to highlight journal entry number 28. The reason being, I mention a lesson that I received from a great professor of mine at Texas Tech University, and her name is Dr. Sarah McKoin. One of the lessons that really impacted me as a student and as a teacher is this little nugget. Solve a technical issue with a musical solution. That is something I keep coming back to every day, and it really helps me produce and be creative and express myself through my music making. So try that little nugget out in your own practice session or your next lesson with your student. For series 6, this entails episodes 33 through 39, and I cannot tell you how much my mind was blown when I was emailing all of these great composers and asking them to pick their brains about their compositional process and who they are and what makes them tick and their inspirations and all of that. Every single one of them answered within 24 hours. And not only were they ecstatic to share their thoughts and their knowledge to you all, but they are just such kind human beings. And so I cannot pick a favorite from episode 33 through 39. I get to talk with Nicole Chamberlain, Christopher Caliendo, Daniel Dorff, Gary Shocker, Valerie Coleman, Matthew Santa, and Joel Love. I mean, come on. How amazing is that? So I would take this week to perhaps find your favorite composer in that mix and see what they have to say about their musical career. I will say this though, no other Flute 360 series comes close to Series 6, where I talk with these composers. I have been asked time and time again throughout this whole year, when are you going to interview more composers? So I am on it. I am emailing some other great composers out there. And if you are a composer and you would like to be featured or talk with me on the show, I would love to have you on. So I will say Series 6 was just that popular. So check out those episodes 33 through 39. Thank you for tuning in, and that wraps up today's episode 66. Have a good one. Today's sponsor is brought to you by J&K Productions. Did you know that not only are they a production company for podcasts, but they are a recording company for musicians? Any musical recording needs that you may have, J&K Productions can fulfill that need. They have all the necessary equipment and expertise to record your next flute recording for college or graduate auditions, competitions, summer festivals, or a flute album. J&K Productions can record any setup imaginable, from solo flute, small chamber, flute and piano, and much more. Consider J&K Productions for your next recording project. Contact them at jkproductions.media. Thank you for listening to the Flute 360 podcast. For more information, please visit HeidiKBegay.com. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please rate and review in the iTunes store. Let's talk about flute.